If you are active on Instagram creating content, you know how powerful DMs are. The problem, however, if you're getting a ton of DMs, you also have to send a ton of responses, leading you to be on your phone all day as a business owner. Instead, what you want to do is automate your DMs so that all of the repeat questions get answered by your AI agent, and any sort of edge cases or things that the AI agent doesn't know about, those are the ones that you will answer manually. This way you get the best of both worlds. You keep that personal touch with your audience by, answering some of the questions that are super specific yourself, but all of the repeat questions, the things that are blocking people from buying right now, get automatically answered by your AI agent so you do not lose any customers. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can set this up with Flowgent, and you can actually get started for completely free. So without further ado, let's dive into my laptop and show you how it's done. So going over to my computer over here, we're going to go to Flowgent.ai, which is my software company, and we're going to sign up by making an account. So you can just click on get started for free and then log in here and make your account. Now, I'm already logged in. Now on the dashboard, what we're going to do is we're going to click on create a new agent. This will create a new agent, and I'm going to walk you through the different steps. So the first step is the agent setup, and it's actually a really important step because here we'll give it the instructions. Now you have to compare this with hiring a new employee. If you give your new employee very little instructions, they will just kind of go with the flow and make things up that might not be the way you like it. So what you need to do instead is spend time crafting good instructions so that your AI agent, your digital employee, knows what to do. Now we have a couple of templates here that make it easy. For example, the digital twin could be really good for Instagram, and you can see the contents here. Now, I would always recommend to add your own information here as well. The tone of voice, some example responses you would like to see, maybe the flow. If you want to set appointments, you want to say, hey, start off by asking these 5 questions. And if they answer in this way, then you offer them to book a call, or then you offer them to buy the course, or then you offer them to go to this extra page and get their information, or you ask them for the information. Like, this depends on your flow, but this is where you do it inside of the software. You give it the instructions, the SOP to follow. For now, I'm just going to go with our template and click save and continue. Now, the next step is the knowledge base. So you have the process going, but then also obviously you have your knowledge. Now, for your Instagram agent, one of the best things to add would be your landing page, your website. So it just knows exactly all of the things that someone, browsing your website could know as well. But you can also add in PDF files, as social media posts, but you can add a lot more here, like past social media posts, YouTube videos, anything that would make sense for the agent to know about. Or you can even link your Notion to Flowgent, so it has all of your Notion content. And if you change anything in Notion, it actually updates in real time as well. So you never have to retrain the agent manually. Now, for this video, what I'm going to do is just add the website here, which is Flowgent.ai, and I'm going to call it the Flowgent website. But again, this depends on your use case, and you can add as much knowledge as you want, because the agent will only look at the relevant knowledge depending on the question. So if someone asks a question about your pricing, it will look at the pricing information. If someone asks a message about what your program structure is like, it will look at that information. It will not get confused by too much information like us humans do. Rather, it can handle tons of information all by itself. Now, I will add the website in here. So now in the background, the website will be visited by our bots, and it will extract all of the information from the different pages. Now, if you're on the free plan, we limit it to 25 pages. So if you're missing some information, make sure to upgrade and then rescrape the website, so you're sure that all of the information is there. And then also what you can do is you can click here, and then you can exclude or include pages based on your website. So if you have certain pages and you're like, hey, let's not include those, you can simply, let's say the roadmap, I don't want that. I can simply exclude it, and now the agent forgot about it. If you want to include it again, I simply click again and it's included. Then moving on to channels. So this video, we're obviously focusing on Instagram, but you could deploy this agent right to any other channel if you want to. For that, again, check out my channel to see videos about the other channels. So I'm just going to skip over this for now and quickly touch on the tools section. So what are tools? Now we all know the old school chatbots that would just have a conversation with us. Now this is already a lot smarter and can handle knowledge in a nice and non-linear way. But one thing that these AI agents can also do is use tools. Just like with hiring a real employee, you give them a goal and you say, hey, you can use this software tool to get the job done. AI agents, exactly the same way. So let's say you want to use this AI agent on Instagram to capture lead information once someone's qualified. So in the agent profile section, you would set all of the steps and all of the information that they need to answer first. And then you would capture the lead by, for example, sending an email notification to yourself. So once someone's qualified, you get an email from your AI agent saying, hey, I got someone here. This is their email. This is their name. You can contact them and close them. Or you can even just have them book a Calendly meeting with you right away, or cal.com, which will be out in the next week. Or if you're on Slack, you have it send a Slack message. And then even we have custom tools as well. Outside of the scope for this video, it's a little bit too complex, but you can set up any sort of automation you can think of that the agent can use while chatting with your customers. So for now, let me set up this send email notification real quick. So we simply click on customize and then we tell it when to use the tool. So I'll use my voice assistant here to transcribe what I'm saying. Use this tool when someone wants to speak with me directly on a call. You have to qualify them first though. They're only qualified if they have a business that's currently doing more than 10,000 US dollars a month. So you have to ask them that prior. And if they don't have that revenue, so if they're doing less, you can thank them for their time, but you direct them to my website. Now make sure that you do not ask literally like, hey, do you make 10,000 a month? Rather, you ask them, hey, what's your monthly revenue like? And only do this when someone requests to speak to me. The information that you need to gather to put inside of the email body is the full name of the person, their email, and their website. Now, if their email is of the professional kind, so their website is included, you can take it from there. If they give you a Gmail or Yahoo or whatever, generic email, then you ask specifically for the website as well. All right, just made up some instructions. Again, this is what you want to spend some time on. Same thing with a human employee. You want to refine it a little bit, test it out. If something goes wrong, you update the instructions. That's a little bit of the tweaking you have to do, but this is just a first draft and let's see how it does. And then we need to fill out some of this information as well. So the sender name, I'm just going to say Flowgent notifications. So this is the sender name that the AI agent will send the email with, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I'll send it to my email, which is jan@flowgent.ai. I will do inquiry Instagram as the subject line, so I recognize that it's a high value email. And then for the email content, remember, I want it to send to me the full name and the website and email. So if I just type that in here, then I'm just going to get the same email every time, which I don't want. So rather, I'm just going to click on let agent decide. And now the agent will fill in the email content for me. And, I will get that information I requested. So I just hit save. And then I can turn it on. So that's how simple it is to set up a tool. Now, finally, how can we configure it with Instagram? Well, you simply click on configure, and then you can either click on add a new Instagram connection, which will open up a new tab, as you can see. And then you have to allow this. I'm not going to do this because this is my personal account, but once you click allow, it will all be set up. And then you can just select your connection here and hit save. Now I have a different agent set up already, so I'm not going to hit save here, but this is how you link it to your Instagram. Super easy. So we have two small settings here that we can configure to fine tune how Instagram integrates with Flowgent. So first one, send messages as human. So inside our app, you can also manually send a message to a person. So you can lock the thread, which means the AI agent will no longer touch it. And then you can just send messages yourself, and then you can turn it off again and the AI agent will take over, or you can leave it locked if you want to just go manual from there, which is really nice. For example, when you get a lead, you can say, hey, now I want to take it over myself and just focus on those threads. And that's an easy way to operate. So this setting is just to make the agent aware that certain messages were sent by you and certain messages were sent by it or them. To keep it simple, I would just leave it at it as is. And then the other one is send tool use updates. So if you want your user to be aware that it's using a tool, it will say something like using tool and then the tool name, and will send that as a message to the user when it's using the tool. I would recommend leaving this off for Instagram, but there could be use cases where you think this would be nice. And then you can just hit save and be set up. Now, obviously, if you have a lot of traffic on your Instagram, you might not want to turn it on right away. You rather want to test first. So here inside of the app, you can just send it messages and it will respond to you the same way it would do on Instagram. So you can see if the agent is trained correctly. So let's ask it a question like, what's the pricing? And now it will reference its knowledge, and then it will answer with the pricing plans we have. And here you go. That's exactly our pricing. So, you can go back and forth there. I recommend putting in the time to tweak this. And then once you're ready, you can deploy it on Instagram. So as you can see, we're now in my DMs, and you can try it out as well just by going to our account. I haven't really posted much there yet. But yeah, you can check it out and test it out. Say something like, hi. And then, as you can see, it responds, hello, how can I assist you today with Flowgent? If you have any questions or need support, please let me know. And one thing that's really great about Flowgent is that we actually send it as separate messages, which is way more like a human would. So if you want to automate your DMs without your followers knowing that it's fully automated, that's totally possible because, we send in a more natural way with those multiple messages. All right, so that's it. That's how you can set up an AI agent to manage your Instagram DMs. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to make your free Flowgent account, try it out for yourself. Let me know if you run into any issues. This video was just a high-level overview, but in my following videos, I will go into different use cases such as booking appointments, doing e-commerce sales, and way more. And if you have any ideas for that, leave it down in the description below, and I'll see you all in the next video.